Okay, test number 1, review for finals, okay? Solving for x, real easy. And it's just an equals, so you don't need to make number lines or anything like that. It's an equation, there's only one number for the answer. So put a wall on the side that x is at. What are the operations? Well, between this -6 and the x, there's just a plus, so there's no times, no divide. So we add 6. And x, -12 plus 6 is -6. There's the answer. Okay. Next one. Between the 5 and the x is multiplication. When you have multiplication, you want to highlight that with a circle. You don't add 5, okay? Multiplication you solve by dividing, okay? So divide by -5, divide by -5. -35 divided by -5 is 7, okay? 8 minus 2x equals -16. X is on this side. Now what are the operations? Well, you got a minus first, so that'd be plus negative. Then you got a times. Highlight that times. You do have to take out the 8 by adding or subtracting. So to get from +8 to 0, you would minus 8. -2.x, -16 minus 8, it would be -24. Then you divide by -2, and that's +12. Okay, 17 equals x minus 3 minus 3x. Well, there's two x's, okay? The two x's are on the same side of the equals. So if they're on the same side, you want to connect them with your V and make a plus sign. Okay, that's a 1 if they're on and a plus negative. So if they're on the same side, you combine them. So I write x down. 1 plus -3 is -2, and then we have -3 or plus -3. Now we can solve. Okay, so you got a times and a plus, okay? Take out your negative by adding 3. So it's 20, and you got -2 times x. And divide by -2. You have x on, keep the x lined up where it's at. 20 divided by -2 is -10. Problem solved, okay? Now with the parentheses, okay, you need to use the distributive property, okay? So, times, make that a plus negative, and you distribute, okay? So you got -2, -2, first times 2x, then times -1. So that's going to make -4x, and that's going to make 2. So you line up your plus. Okay, and that's it, and then we just put 14 over there. So now x is over here. We take out the +2 by -2. Remember, keep everything lined up. Then at times we solve by dividing, okay? Divided by -4 is -3. Okay. Alright, now, obviously you got parentheses here, quite a few of them. Okay, so, times. Put a 1 plus negative. I usually put a 1 if you don't want to put it, that's fine. And then you distribute 5 to 1x or 5 to x and then 5 to -4. Okay, here's the plus already set. 7 times 2x, 7 times 1. 5 times 1x and 5 times -4. So it'd be 5x and -20. So I drop my plus, and I've got 5x on this side of the plus, -20 on the other, and that's the whole side. 7 times 2x and 7 times 1. So 14x and 7, okay? Okay, now you got two x's, but they're on opposite sides this time, so opposite side. So if they're on opposite sides, I usually pick the smaller one. It doesn't really matter, and take that to 0 by adding or subtracting. Now it's positive. To take it to 0, you minus. Okay. So you got negative 20 and 9x plus 7. So times and plus. So you take out the plus number by minusing 7 because it's positive. Okay, negative 20 minus 7 is negative 27. Then you solve times by dividing by 9. Negative 27 divided by 9 is negative 3. Okay, negative 3 equals x. Okay, next one. Again, you got the parentheses. That's got to go. Okay, 2 to 2x, 2 to 1. So it's going to be 4x, and that's going to be 2. And over here, 4x minus 5. Okay, now you have x's, they're on opposite sides, but they're equal. When they are equal on opposite sides, you get rid of them, and then this becomes a matter of all solution or no solution. Now it's just an equal sign, it's an equation, so if the numbers are not the same, if they're not equal, it's a no solution. If they were equal, it would be all solution. Okay. Okay, what sides are x on? Over here, you have divide and plus. You want to highlight divide like you do times. Take out the plus number by minusing 7. Takes us to 5, and then we have x divided by negative 2. Now we solve divide by multiplication, so we put a dot on each side and put negative 2. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Okay, same idea here. X divided by negative 4 equals 7, so we have the divide by operation. No pluses outside, okay? We solve divide by times by negative 4. 7 times negative 4 is negative 28, okay? Now, negative 3/4 x equals 18, okay? So 3/4 is one value, just one operation with it. It's a times, so we're going to solve the times with division. Now, you divide by the fraction negative 3/4, okay? So 18 divided by negative 3/4 is negative 24. Now, if you don't have an ABC calculator, you'd put 18. You don't need to write this down if you have an ABC calculator. But if you don't, you just put 18 divided by negative 3/4, okay? You put 18 over 1. Then you put 18 over 1 and make that times, and then you'd flip it to 4 over negative 3. Now I times the tops, you get 72. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Then I divide whole, and that equals negative 24. That's how that becomes that. Okay, word problems. First one's pretty easy. You have $85 in your bank account. You plan to deposit $30 per week into the account. How many weeks from now will you have $175? This is pretty straightforward. You have dollars in weeks. The time is your X, the dollars is your Y. So dollars per week is 30. 30 times X. So then on my table, XY, dollars is Y, weeks is X. Okay, $30 per week, I would go, my camera's about to die, sorry.